Good morning and welcome to my video. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're enjoying your day and having a beautiful day out there today. Okay, this is going to be a part one for my interview for the homeless thing that I'm working on right now. I went downtown yesterday and I met a lot of really nice people. A couple of them I knew from years, but that are homeless, and I spent the day with them and had a blast. Well, actually, I was able to bring Robert home, the guy that I'm going to interview today, and he stayed here at the house and slept good and had a good night, I think, and so now we're going to get a chance to talk to him and find out everything. Ain't Carolyn? So, give me a minute and let me get my stuff and we will start this interview, guys. So, let me go grab my thing. Okay, so you can't see.
No, I can't see.
No, you can't see both of us on the camera. Flip it sideways. There you go. Alright. You're going to have to get closer too, because, well, this way it's kind of keeping your identity. Mm-hmm. Is that cool?
That's cool.
Okay. Everybody, this is Robert. He's, one I was telling you, I got him yesterday. He is so cool. I've had a blast with him. Last night and this morning, we've just been kind of chit-chatting, catching up on things and talking and stuff. And so, alright, well, let's get on to the interview. Okay, Robert, I want you to understand that these questions that I'm asking you, you have any time, at any time, you can say that you don't wish to answer them. You know, if it's something too personal or something that, you know, you feel uncomfortable answering, you do have the right at any time to deny answering anything, okay? So, I mean, this is just, I want people to know the truth. I want people to understand what it's really like, being on the streets. You travel. You're not homeless, but you travel. So, you see a lot out on the streets, and you see a lot of homeless out on the streets.
Right.
So, that's where a lot of these questions are going to be coming from, okay? And I want to start out by saying being homeless doesn't mean that you don't have feelings, compassion in your heart, or any of that, because you don't lose any of that just because you're homeless. When people walk by you and they stare at you or they move away from you, it's like that something's wrong with you or you're going to rob them or something. When you're actually a homeless person is sitting there wishing, a lot of them are sitting there wishing that they had a normal life, and they're watching these people rush by, or, I mean, nowadays, there's so many of them that string out on drugs, and they're watching people pass by, and they just ain't really paying attention. So, or they're drunk, or whatever. So, there's a lot of reasons why they're out there, but just don't walk past them and act like they got the plague or something, because that's not actually the truth. They're out there for a reason, whether it be their choice or something happened to them in their life and put them out there. There's a reason why that they've been put out there. So, you know, treat them with respect and kindness and give them a minute. Even if you just walk by and smile at them and say hello, you know, that might make somebody's day. So, just remember that. Okay, here we go with the interview. What is your name?
Robert.
Do I have your permission to put this interview on my YouTube channel?
Sure.
How old are you?
47.
How long have you been on the streets, traveling around?
About a year or so now.
Can you tell us in your own words what made you jump out and start traveling around and see the world?
Well, I went through a divorce and had a lot of issues. I lost my career because I had 2 knee surgeries, and so I couldn't do what I did for a living for most of my life. And I didn't have any bills, any responsibility at the time, and so I just figured, why not just travel around, see the world, see the country, meet people, hang out, while I still can.
Kind of like a journey.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel when people walk by you, and do they talk to you, or do they just walk by you and act like that you got the plague, or how does that make you feel?
I mean, some people do that. There's a lot of very nice people out there too. It doesn't really bother me anymore. At first it did, but it doesn't really bother me now. Now I just look at it as us and them. It's us, and then you have normal people. So,
Yeah, but it's a shame it's got to be like that.
It is, but people are going to think what people think. Instead of, most people don't look at people that are living a different lifestyle than they would, and they don't understand it, because in their mind, the only thing you're supposed to do in life is get a job, be married, have a house, and do what is expected of you. So anytime you differentiate from that, you live a different way, then you're more of an outlaw, an outcast of society, because you're not conforming and living like everybody else lives. And a lot of homeless people have a bad reputation because they're dirty or drunk or obnoxious or panhandling, or, and people are scared. We live in a bad society, so I understand.
What is the hardest part in your life about being out on the road?
It gets real lonely. You do get real lonely with it. You get tired of moving around all the time, but at the same time, you get tired of staying in the same place all the time too. Your opportunities always seem better somewhere else, and if you're traveling, you seem to you can always leave your problems behind and keep moving on. I guess, it's not always easy. There's really hard days, if it's raining or, there's just all kind of things, that happen to you on a daily basis when you're either traveling or homeless. The only difference with traveling is, you're going to different places all the time, so.
So the weather has a big factor in being out there and traveling around and stuff.
Yeah, traveling especially, because if you're homeless, you can always go somewhere and sit inside during the day or something if it's too hot, if it's raining. If you're traveling, you might just be stuck out in the middle of nowhere, so, it is a factor.
What is the scariest thing that you've experienced since you've been out on the road?
Let's see, I've had a couple of incidents. I think one of them was in Memphis, to where I had a gun pulled on me. It was kind of frightening. Anytime you get to a city that you don't know anything about, especially if it's a big city, just sleeping outside is a scary experience because you never know what might happen to you while you're sleeping. So as far as any one experience, I don't know. I can't really think of just one offhand. But
well, that gun, that would be.
But I've had a lot of just days where it rained all day, or days where I couldn't make $1. I've had days where I was all days and days at a time without eating, and so there's always something.
Have you ever stayed in a homeless shelter?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What was it like to stay in a homeless shelter for you? What was your experiences?
Some of them are very, some of them it varies on the town and how many homeless people they have there. Some are real nice, gives you a chance to take a shower and clean up and eat and sleep in a bed. Some of them are so overcrowded and the security's so tight. It's almost like checking yourself. Some of them are almost like checking yourself into a jail and saying, can I stay here in jail till in the morning, because they don't let you go outside, they won't let you smoke, so you're pretty much in there until the next morning. If you leave, then then you're punished for that,
They
so.
won't let you back in
Yeah,
and
they
stuff,
won't let
yeah.
you back in for a while, so, you know, you're kind of at the mercy of whatever they want you to do. But, yeah, they have their good points and their bad points.
I have to admit, when I was homeless and I was living in Texas, and I was staying at Salvation Army up there in Texas,
Mhm.
when you got in there, you had to be there at 4 o'clock to be in line. And they only allowed so many people to come in.
Right.
And if you weren't one of the first few, then sometimes you wouldn't make it in. That's when you had to sleep on the streets or whatever. But if you made it in, once you're in, you're in.
Yeah.
You can't, I mean, and they have certain times, that was what my biggest issue with staying in a shelter was they have certain times that they do it, they feed you at a certain time. They allow everybody to take a shower at a certain time. They allow you to sit around in like a room or whatever and talk for like 30 minutes or so, and then it's lights out.
Mhm.
And when they say lights out, they mean everybody go to bed, regardless of whether you're sleepy or not, you have to lay down and go to bed.
Mhm.
You know, and it's just like, okay, well, I'm not tired or I'm not sleepy, I haven't done nothing all day.
Right.
So, and I had issues about staying in a shelter with them being so, like you said, being so where they tell you everything that, you know.
Well, like I said, you know, it varies. I've been to some that are better than others. You know, I've been to some that I'd rather sleep outside than sleep in there. You know, the conditions are kind of nasty. The food, really not even some of it. Some places, you know, they get stuff that's being thrown away. You know, that's already way out of date. And all the homeless eat it. It don't matter if it's spoiled or rotten or whatever. You know, as long as they get something, they'll be happy. And there's some of them like that. That's usually in bigger towns. Smaller towns are usually a little nicer.
Did they feed you in the homeless shelter?
All of them I've been in do. I've never seen one that didn't.
How do you eat when you're living out, traveling around the country?
Just the best way you can. You hope that you can find somewhere to eat, or somebody will give you something to eat, or you'll make a little bit of money or something to eat. Just hand them out. It's the best way you can.
How do you get the things you need, like blankets, pillows, clothes, etc.? Food, whatever.
Well, once again, you know, the donations of people. You know, some churches will help you out. Not as many as you think, but some will. You know, some places have organizations that help you out. Some do, some don't. You know, a lot
That's what I
of.
really want to get out there. Some churches do help you, but there's 90% of the churches that they say this town's got a lot of homeless and we help, but they don't help. I mean, we donate to, like, I've had churches tell me, well, we donate to Jackson House. Let Jackson House help.
Yeah.
You know, well, okay, the Jackson House is strapped because they're trying to help the homeless and people in need.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they can't do all of it on what little bit churches donate to them.
Yeah.
But the churches have got money to, and this is what aggravates me more than anything, and I've been noticing this a lot, especially here in Hot Springs. There's churches that they don't donate a whole lot to help feed the homeless or to clothe them or shelter them or whatever, right? But yet they have the money to build a bigger building, to add on to their building, make their building humongous, make their church humongous. Well, if you've got that money to do that with, you know, what's wrong with the church that you have? As long as it's sheltering your people and you're not overcrowded, then I don't see why would you build something bigger, or, you know, just because, okay, well, Johnny Joe Blow over here's got a bigger church. Now, we need a bigger church because we're trying to stay up with everybody else in the community.
Right.
That's spend it on where it needs to go. You know, I'm sorry I'm jumping in here, but that part bothers me because they need to be spending it where it needs to go. Helping the homeless, helping the people that have certain diseases that, you know, I mean, there's a lot of things out here that money could go for. And instead, they're building bigger buildings or adding on to their buildings or using the money, to me, that would be better benefited to help somebody.
I agree. You know, I mean, I wish they could do more. You know, I wish there was more. Take, for example, with me being a traveler, I go to certain places and have been to certain places that will tell you, we can't help you because you're not from here. We only help our residents or our local poor people,
Yeah.
Well, what's the difference, would you rather help me because I'm leaving? I'm not going to stay here and be a drain off your economy, if you can just help me get to the next town, then I'm not going to be a drain on you. Instead, they would rather just try to keep you around there, than help you move along to the next. I mean, what would it hurt anybody? They're sitting around at a place that helps the homeless, or a church or something like that. They're not doing much anyway. What would it really hurt them to say, okay, jump in the truck, and I'll drive you to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And, they don't understand that little bit of couple hours out of their day meant that you didn't have to walk 300 miles. It might have saved your life, that little bit of time out of your life helps somebody else's life out incredibly. And that's what people don't understand about helping other people. Yes, I know that there's a lot of homeless people and travelers that take advantage of places and people and things, and they're not always telling the truth when they say I need food. They might need a beer, but the point of it is you can't hold everyone accountable for what one person or two people do. You can't judge everybody the same. To say that all homeless people and travelers are the same is like stereotyping with the black community or with the Hispanic community or any other community. All you're doing is stereotyping and saying, well, all of them are the same. No, not necessarily, So, somebody, I would have to say to people out there that, if you see homeless people, and you see them quite a bit are traveling, give them the benefit of the doubt. Anyway, if you have it to spare, whether it's time, money, food, clothing, or whatever, if you have it to spare, who cares what they do with it? That's out of your control. All you do is throw it out there to help, and what they do with it is what they do with it. It has nothing to do with, your karma and your what's going to happen with you because you did that. Who cares what they did with it? That's pointless because you're most likely not going to see the person anymore after that anyway. So what's it hurt to be a little nice to people every once in a while?
And I've actually seen guys, people holding out, setting out, holding a sign, and it kind of tickled me when I did it, but they were being honest.
Mm-hmm.
They were being truthfully honest, and I actually pulled over and gave them $5 because they were being so honest. But they were holding a cardboard sign, and it said, "Need a beer."
Mm-hmm.
They were being truthfully honest. So I'm like, oh, well, okay. At least they're not trying to kid me, or they're not trying to say, well, I need it for food, or I need it for whatever. And then they go buy beer with it, or go buy drugs with it. This dude was being completely honest. Hey, I need a beer. I'm sick. I need a beer.
Mm-hmm. But the thing is, like I said a minute ago, what people do with the money, that's their business. But the point is if you have it to spare and you have it in your heart to help somebody, don't put conditions on it.
Yeah.
I'm only going to help this certain person over here. I'm not going to help this person. I'm going to do this, because you're just stereotyping, man, or you're not doing it for the right reasons. And if somebody's asking you for money or holding up a sign, it's not a gun. You're not committed to have to do it. All you got to do is say, no, thank you, I can't help you today. I'm going through hard times myself, or I'm broke. We all know it's a bad economy.
Yeah. But acknowledge them. Acknowledge that you see their sign, that 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 they're trying to ask for something, but let them know that hey, I'm sorry, I can't help. And I do that. I do that. So, okay, here's a good question. If you could have anything in the world right now, what would be your biggest dream?
Probably to be able to see my sons again. I haven't seen them in a long time. I'm sure they hate me. Because I'm not in a position right now where I can do anything about it to help the situation any. And I'm not in a position in life myself right now to help anybody. I won't go into the extreme details of everything, but that would be great if I had contact with them and you know, at least let them know my side of the story as opposed to what everybody else has probably told me.
Can you not go back home to your family?
No, not really have it anymore.
You understand that this video will be posted for millions of people to watch. Is there anything from your heart you want to say to anyone watching this video? Somebody that's either about to be on the streets, or like advice, or just anything from your heart that you would like to get out there to tell people about it?
Well, unless, homeless people, travelers, any part of that, it's a personal choice. Very few people are on the streets because they have to be. A lot of them choose that lifestyle and they choose what they do. So, you have to just, if you're looking at being homeless and you don't want to be homeless, then you need to start making preparations towards that not happening by talking to churches or people that help. Don't wait till you get cancer to start getting treatment.
Yeah.
Start preventing it before it happens. If you see it's coming. Now, if you're having really a hard time in life, and you just can't control what's happening around you, you just decide. I would recommend traveling rather than staying in one place all the time. You get a lot less trouble, and it's a lot more fun. You have more of a purpose with it than just taking up space on a corner in a city, where you're just draining off their economy. When you're traveling around, you have a little bit more respect, because I think deep down a lot of people would love to just get away from all their bills and problems and spouses and family and kids and just hit the road and live a free life for a while. And it's not as glamorous as you think, but I just have to tell people individually, it's a very hard life. So if you don't want to do it, I would suggest really making means to not letting it happen.
What are your future plans, goals, or whatever in your life?
Well, it's a tough question to answer because, I travel, so my main goal is just to keep traveling and move from place to place right now. As far as long term, I'm sure I won't be able to do this forever. Some people do. I probably won't be able to do that. Eventually I'll have to settle down and do something, make something out of my life. But as of right now, I'm in between a rock and a hard place. I haven't been able to find work. My wallet was stolen in Memphis, so I don't even have any ID right now, so it's hard to find work. The only thing I can keep doing is traveling and trying to find somewhere where I can, come up in the world. But as of right now, it's day by day.
It's good interview. Real good review. Is there anything else that you would like to say? You pretty much answered everything except for I did have one more question a while ago, and I should have wrote it down while I was listening to you, and I didn't because I got so caught up in what you were saying. This interview means so much to me, and it's because I was homeless for 27 years, and it's not the fact that it's not just the fact that I was homeless, it's the fact that I want to give back. I want people to know that, and this is my biggest thing, just because I'm no longer homeless, or because I did the same thing you're doing. I traveled a lot with mine. My 2 feet and my thumb, I've been all over the United States with it, and I've done a lot within the places that I've met a lot of neat people, within the places where I've been. But listening to you, I got caught up so deep in some of your answers because they were so good and so pure and so real. It's surreal how that you can have something 1 minute and then it just be gone that second, next second, and then you're like, okay, what do I do? And then you have to stop and figure out, okay, wait, now you've got to adjust to a whole new lifestyle here, and that's why this really means so much to me, because I want people to know and understand that just because I don't live there no more, don't mean I forgot where I come from. You know, because I remember everything. So it's in my mind to want to share that. That's what I want to do here, is I want to share the truth. You know, you see videos of people making fun of homeless people, or using them for prank videos or whatever. And to me, I'm sorry, but coming from that lifestyle and having to live like that, I just don't think that's a real nice way of portraying.
No, it's not.
And you know, here's the thing. It's my way of not, because you see people, to me, people doing that, when they start making fun of homeless or abusing them or whatever for a video, to get video likes or views or whatever, to me, that's just cruelty. You know, because they are human just like we are. I am. You are. And Carolyn is. That you, the viewers, just because you're homeless or you're a traveler, they are human just like we are. They're no different. They have hearts. They have emotions. They have feelings. They have everything that we have. So why would you want to abuse that? And that's like being a bully. Why would you want to be a bully? That's something I'm totally against, is being a bully. You know, and to me, that's what they're doing when they do these videos making fun of homeless people or what. They're bullying you guys. You know, they're taking advantage of people that are less or has less than what they have. And to me, that's just cruel. So, is there anything else you want to add to it?
No, I mean, I pretty much covered it all. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Actually, let me give you a hug, because, you know, I haven't done that yet, and this means so much more to me. And you coming out here and doing this and staying with me, and I've enjoyed having you out here,
Well,
really.
thank you. I've enjoyed being here.
So, and I hope you slept good and everything last night. So, all right, guys, we're gonna end this video. I hope you enjoy it. There's going to be more to come, so stay tuned. This is going to be like a part thing, I guess. This is what it's working out. I started out yesterday to try to do the video first thing, and I got cussed out and screamed at, and it just wasn't a really good day to start out with. So what I'm going to do is, I guess I'm just going to do this kind of like in a part thing. And then eventually I will take them and I'll put them all together so you can just watch them in one long video. And, well, I guess that's it. Y'all have a great day. Stay safe. Smile for everything. And always remember, stay positive. Have a good day. Bye.